Hi everyone, welcome to Espresso PD. And this is where if you only have a couple minutes, I got 10 minutes here of PD for you. So let's check out what we're going to be reviewing today is how to engage our students in the virtual classroom. Let's get started. Here we go. So this is one of my top tips that I share with teachers about having our students interact during the virtual classroom, during virtual learning. Maybe in the classroom before, you will gauge your time, or maybe you gave 10 minutes of input and then 1 or 2 minutes of processing time for the students. Here, it's a little different. We need to be able to know if the kids are on. Not everyone has their screen on, but we need to be able to make sure that our kids are present and they are involved in the learning, that they are understanding what's happening. Again, not all the students feel comfortable to really ask the questions. So how do we know if they are there? So here's my tip. You have to think about it as 3 minutes of input to 1 minute of student process. Yes, 3 to 1. You're like, hi. And what do I do in that 1 minute? Well, you have to have your students interacting. And that means we need to have them typing or talking or clicking or creating or moving. Type, talk, click, create, or move. That's what kids have to be doing. That's what our students need to do so that we can make sure that they are involved in the learning. So let's check out how one way to do it, obviously, is to have a timer on, and you can do that. But I think one of the easiest ways is actually in your lesson design. So let's look at this presentation that I presented to a group of educators. So right at the beginning, if you've seen my welcome slides before, you know it's something that I want people to prepare for, and already I want them engaged. In your classroom, you may want to use this as well as to getting ready for the start of your class, and you want them to, you want to really get that part where you can start creating those classroom connections. You want to be able to create those relationships. So a cool game is always a good thing that you can use, and it's really great to use it during your attendance. So I have a game there. I also have music playing with this timer that I've embedded there. So we got some kids moving in this at the same time. And it's just a really good way to just begin the day. So already the kids are talking. I'm having them, type their answer to the game that we're doing. Or just a quick hello, and then they're answering as well out loud. So right there, that's my first interaction. And so when I design my lesson, I'll be talking here, blah, 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 blah. And, again, gauging my time, knowing that the next slide, I will be having them do something. So thinking about what is the learning here and how can I best use what interaction for them to do. Are they going to type, talk, click, create, or move in this process? In this one, I could do a couple of ways. Either one, the kids having, and my participants all had this presentation, and the idea was for them to drag and drop these bubbles, these thought bubbles, into what they believed were examples of these characteristics of students experiencing concerns online. So that would be one way, already having students get involved in dragging and dropping. Another way you could do, especially if it's going to be the first time doing something like this, is it could be a whole class activity. Or I've actually read these things out loud and I've given them as directions that they'll listen. And once I read the thought bubble, I want everyone to, in the chat box, write what example this would fall under. And so I'll give them time to do that. And then I'll call on someone and ask them to read what they wrote. And then I'll move the thought bubble to what they chose. And I'll ask them to share why. And so that is a really quick and easy way to get them. And you're going to get them talking again. Whether they show their camera face or not, the idea is that we want our students to interact. All right, then again, I'm going to go to my next slide. I'll be talking, blah, blah, blah. I might have talking some more. There might be a place here after talking that I do want them to see something. In this case, I wanted them to reference back to a slide. So there's that link that I could ask everyone to go ahead and click, and it'll take them back here to make that connection. And again, they made that connection. And then I might ask them to show me with their fingers how many examples that they can see of this characteristic that I'm asking, and then they can actually go ahead and, move. And I could, or just ask them anything else that they might want to. They might want to dance again because I have that music in the background. Let's go back. All right, so once I design my learning, there's another, I'll be talking, but here I want them to do something as well. And a check-in chat is really good, even though is a good example of getting them to do something. It just is a little different than having a whole class chat. You want it to be more personal, or maybe it's something that they're going to write to you. But the point here is I'm going to have them click. I'm going to have them click on the icon and take them to another link. And then here in the Google form, I'm definitely going to have them ready to click on something or type. And I could also model for them, and so I could actually get them into a conversation as well, just before they actually do this on their own. Moving on, they come back. I'll be talking some more, and again, lengthy talk, and go to my next slide, knowing that I want them to explore. And for this case, these are some top sites that you might want to look into, some top tools on that lend themselves for students to interact. And so in this case, I would have a breakout room and have people go to the breakout room that want to explore and share the tools that they would want to explore. So going ahead and clicking on everything together and let them come up with their conversations about what they learned about these pieces, and then bring them back. Again, they've had a chance to talk in their group, had a chance to look and click and just explore these tools, and they're ready for when they come back. Again, I'll be talking some more, and then I'll have them do something. And that is the process continuing throughout this template. This is exactly what I do with adult learners. Is, again, I want everyone to be able to be engaged in the learning, be a part of the learning. I want to be able to not just present something. I want it to be where they're going to be able to talk and process and think time. And again, I really want them engaged. And those top 5 things I need them to, my participants to be able to do after 3 minutes of me talking and 1 minute of processing. I want them to either type, talk, click, create, or move. And I'll be showing you more examples in this slide. I hope it was just a great preview of what you could be doing on your slides. So don't forget, check out the slides that you have ready to go for your students and think about this process. Where do you have them doing these pieces? How much talking are you doing? And if you have any other ideas, or if you want to continue the conversation, go ahead and continue by joining me at another Espresso PD Live. All right. So hope this was helpful. And thank you for joining me. I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.